Iowa's Raccoon River on a sunny summer day. Nice for a day's paddle. Not so nice to drink. There's a good chance it would make you sick. And yet, our kayaker is drinking the river water. But it came right from the tap in her home in Des Moines. So how does this become this? Des Moines Water Works. Here, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, water from the raccoon and other sources is transformed into clean, safe drinking water. An average of 45 million gallons per day. Over 90 million gallons on a high-demand summer day. A long tradition of providing safe, clean, and great-tasting tap water began in 1871 when Frederick Hubbell, Jefferson Polk, and B.F. Allen formed the Des Moines Water Company. A large iron filtering tank buried next to the Raccoon River provided about 2 million gallons per day of drinkable water to city residents. In 1884, a gallery system was added. Basically, a large underground tunnel close to the river. The water was naturally filtered as it seeped into the tunnel through the surrounding earth. It was the first of its kind and worked surprisingly well. In fact, an expanded gallery system is still part of the water treatment process today. Since 1919, Des Moines Water Works has been an independent public utility, first located on Walnut Street in downtown Des Moines, then moving to Fleur Drive, just south of downtown in 1921. In those early times, the Raccoon River carried pollution from outhouses, upstream sewage, and leaky septic tanks. Agricultural land practices cause most pollution. Precipitation washes an unhealthy mix of dirt and other common pollutants like fertilizer, pesticides, oil, animal waste, leaves, and grass into the rivers. Now, providing safe, good-tasting drinking water demands a variety of treatment processes and a variety of sources, both the Raccoon and Des Moines rivers, reservoirs, wells, and aquifers. Des Moines Water Works constantly monitors the quality of each water source throughout the day and selects the best source or combination of sources at any given time. When river water is used, it enters the process through screens that remove fish, sticks, and garbage. First step, pre-sedimentation. Powdered activated carbon is added to remove bad taste, odors, cyanotoxins from blue-green algae, pharmaceuticals, and pesticides. Ferric chloride, a coagulant, is mixed into the river water as it's pumped into 2 large gymnasium-sized underground basins, each holding 4 million gallons, where giant paddle wheels called flocculators churn the water. The ferric chloride causes soil, small particles, and even the activated carbon to clump and sink as sediment. Flight boards scrape it away to be piped to a safe place for disposal. Next, the water goes to 4 large underground softening basins, each holding 4 million gallons of water. Along the way, water from the improved infiltration gallery system is mixed in. The gallery system is a 3-mile-long series of concrete rings, each 2 feet long and 4 to 5 feet in diameter, and held slightly apart, running parallel to the Raccoon River. The park fishing ponds were really constructed above the gallery to help recharge the system. Water, naturally filtered by sand and gravel, trickles into the gallery. The infiltration gallery continues to be the best source of water due to the quality and the cost-effectiveness of natural filtration, and it actually provides up to 1/3 of the water needed each year to meet customer demand. The softening basins are needed because all Iowa water has a lot of dissolved calcium and magnesium minerals from the limestone that lies underneath the state. It's not harmful, but it makes the water taste funny and hard to clean with. Maybe that's why it's called hard water. It doesn't suds up well and leaves a residue. As the water moves to the softening basins, coagulants ferric chloride and alum are added. Soda ash is added if additional softening is needed. But major softening occurs by adding more lime, surprisingly. Then all the unwanted minerals coagulate and settle out of the water. Lime softening also removes organic carbon, and raises the pH level high enough to kill 99.9% of the bacteria. Finally, to bring the pH back down, carbon dioxide is bubbled through the water. The mineral sludge from the softening basins is useful to agriculture as ag lime. The sludge dewatering facility uses large presses to squeeze it into huge sludge cakes that drop into trucks, about 10 loads a day. Iowa's soil is slightly acidic, so adding in ag lime every few years helps neutralize it and keep it productive. Now the softened and 99.9% bacteria-free water from the softening basins travels onto the filter building. Along the way, polyphosphate is added to control the corrosion characteristics of treated water. Here, 16 filter pools, each with 2 feet of sand and 2 feet of gravel layered at the bottom, sift out any remaining particles, and even cleaner water flows into a series of pipes. After about 40 hours of use, each pool is backwashed to remove the filtered sediment, mostly small amounts of lime left over from the softening process, and the backwash is pumped back to pre-sedimentation for recycling. This also allows the sand and gravel to be continually reused. At this stage, the water must sometimes be treated for an increasingly troublesome pollutant. Low levels of nitrate are a natural, even necessary part of the complex relationship between plants, animals, and soil. Small amounts of nitrate occur naturally in the vegetables and other foods we eat, but too much can be a bad thing for people and for the environment. In Iowa, agricultural practices are adding more and more to the soil, causing excessive amounts in our water. The Environmental Protection Agency, or EPA, has determined that a nitrate level above 10 milligrams per liter in drinking water is unsafe. If infants younger than 6 months of age drink water containing over 10 milligrams per liter of nitrate, the maximum allowed by the Safe Drinking Water Act, their blood can lose the ability to transport oxygen, causing sickness and even death. This condition is commonly called blue baby syndrome. Researchers are also studying high nitrate impacts on the general population. If nitrate in the source water exceeds the EPA standard, the water then moves to the Nitrate Removal facility. This adds an extra $4,000 to $7,000 per day to Des Moines Water Works' costs of treating water. Once the water has been filtered, and if necessary, had the nitrate removed, the treatment plant adds small amounts of chlorine to kill any remaining bacteria, and fluoride to help prevent cavities. The clean treated water goes to a 10 million gallon underground storage tank called the Clear Well, and it's ready to be pumped into the distribution system. Over 1,400 miles of pipe ranging from 2 to 60 inches in diameter, 9,800 valves, over 80,000 water meters, almost 10,000 fire hydrants, and 11 water storage facilities, serving the cities of Des Moines, Windsor Heights, Pleasant Hill, Runnels, Cumming, and Alleman, as well as the Greenfield Plaza Benefited Water District and the unincorporated areas of Polk County, plus rural areas in Dallas, Warren, and Madison counties. Des Moines Water Works is pleased to be the major supplier of treated water to over 500,000 Central Iowans. To enhance our service and provide some redundancy, Des Moines Water Works operates 2 other treatment facilities, the L.D. McMullen Water Treatment Plant at Maffett Reservoir and the Saylorville Water Treatment Plant. Starting in 2008, Des Moines Water Works also added Aquifer Storage and Recovery, or ASR. During the winter, when demand is low, 270 million gallons of treated drinking water is pumped into the Jordan Aquifer. During the summer, when customer demand is high, 3 million gallons per day can be pumped back out into the distribution system from each ASR well. Having various independent treatment facilities and water sources allows us to provide you with the best water possible, even during challenging conditions. And it's critical when degraded source water quality must be managed. Operations of all 3 treatment plants including source water choice, and all water storage facilities are controlled and monitored 24/7, 365 days a year by staff in the Control Center, located at the Floor Drive plant. Making sure water is safe to drink requires testing and analysis. Really, it's both the first and the last vital step in the treatment process. Think about it. Source water needs to be tested at the plant and far upstream for chemicals and bacteria to determine the proper treatment. All the treated water from all 3 plants, all storage facilities, all the way to the tap must be tested many times, each and every day, to make sure treatment works. Analysis takes place at Des Moines Water Works on-site state-certified laboratory, where knowledgeable chemists and microbiologists, using state-of-the-art equipment, make sure your water meets rigorous drinking water standards. Scientists and a host of other engineers, specialists, and skilled individuals make it all work day to day, managing the finances, maintaining all the systems, bringing new services to growing communities, and constantly preparing for future demands concerning water quality and quantity. And all of them work for you, the customer, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, turning this into this: safe, affordable, and abundant water you can trust for life.